How's it going? Wooden Spoon Supercoach here. As you can see, we've finally cracked the $1,000 prize pool point. Mostly, I don't want to say well, actually, yes, mostly, because he's up to first. Cats and Cubes, you need to chill, man. 2 weeks. Like, what's he got in 2 weeks? He was on like $12, and then in 2 weeks, he's up to 83. Like, wow. Smashing it. Absolutely smashing it. Mac just reminded me, I forgot this was a thing. We are capping the prize pool for the contribution bit at $100. So like, obviously we'll keep adding it to the prize pool, but the actual payout will go maximum of $100 to whoever's at the top. And I got to say, if it's keeps going at this rate, Cats and Cubes, holy, very well done. He hit a Storm head-to-head, Oren Keeley anytime, and Farlongo anytime. So he's
Oren
absolutely
Keeley
fine.
anytime, bro.
Yeah, man.
Who puts that in? Holy crap! Yeah.
His strike rate for the year is insane. Like, he hasn't left
Okay.
many comments, but when he leaves them, like, he must just some weeks be super like, oh, this is a really good bet, I love this, and just comes in, pops it in there. Yeah, unbelievable stuff by him. That being said, Shots and Project Spartan, they're still in it. $12 for Shots and 5-ish for Project Spartan. So still anyone's game at this point, really. So don't forget to leave your comments down below for the upcoming round. And yeah, it's been really, I didn't expect it to be this sort of exciting to watch the bets coming in from the viewers. Like, you guys are very good at this. I think the amount of money that I've put towards the bets is nowhere near the amount that's been contributed to the prize pool. So you guys are increasing the prize pool more than if I just put the budget straight to the prize pool, which is good. So it's not just going to sports bet or whatever.
Are you saying they lose some, they win more?
Yes. Oh,
Well done, mates. Well
yeah.
done.
I'm not sponsored, so I'm not required to say it, but do gamble responsibly. Probably putting comments down below and letting me lose my money is the most responsible way of doing it. So get on
Yeah.
down there. Yeah, God, not a good week for me. I lost my finals head to head. I brought in Sam Walker and Mulatalo for a combined about 70. My opposition had a bunch of weird Raiders players who just got it done, all tonned up, and he got it done for the week. So well done, Blake. I was so confident that I had you, but it's just not the way it panned out. And Max got the crown again, which I'm not even surprised about at this point. How do
Yeah,
you keep doing this?
13 and 8. I just wish that for once I could beat you by a significant amount instead of, 50 points or so and actually close this gap. But about 260 between us toward the end of the season, definitely possible to catch you. So, and honestly, my team actually is looking pretty strong. So
Yeah.
I think I've got a good chance to catch you, and that really is my goal. Considering if I look at my season chart for the whole year, there was multiple times where I was down around 100,000 rank. So to be all the way back up here at 26,000 and to be catching you, yeah, pretty stoked.
Yep.
And it's just a bit of a bummer that some of my pods didn't quite pop off for me last week. Like Nicarima nearly got a try off a kick, but it bounced out toward Lemuelu, who was coincidentally up against me in draft and eliminated me from my draft finals. So got some nasty luck there. But yeah, look, overall, it's been really fun, and I just hope I can catch you in the last few weeks, man.
Yeah, it has been a very, very fun year. I'm glad that neither one of us just like crashed and burned or ran away with it. It's been good little swings. That being said, I do think I'm in a decent-ish position to go pretty aggressive at the rest of the year. I don't have to worry about head-to-heads now. So yeah, I can play fairly aggressive. 4 trades left to your 3, which doesn't seem that significant, but that could be the difference, particularly with restings coming up. Although I'm probably going to get affected more by resting, so it probably does even out a little bit. But
Hmm.
yeah, we'll see what happens. It's going to be very interesting.
Let us know how you went last week in the comments, folks. And of course, don't forget to get your tips in for this week as well. But yeah, I love to see how everybody's doing in their overalls and in the league and all that sort of stuff. So let us know how you're going.
That's it. And since TLT isn't, super in depth, as you can see, I've just made a Word document with the relevant-ish stuff because no one's, boosting or anything these weeks or even using 2 trades. If you are, you're in a very lucky spot. So, since we've got a bit of extra time, we'll go have a look at the rankings and see who looks like they're going to be getting that $1,000. But anything can happen, but we'll get to that after this. So we'll start off with the Panthers and the Roosters. Dylan Edwards listed in the reserves, Edgar on standby, Isaiah Yeo with a pec injury. That's pretty rough. I don't think too many people would have owned him, but he would have been a good own for the last month or two. So that's a shame if you have him. Talk of him being back for semi-finals-ish, but in terms of Supercoach, he's done. So Lindsay Smith into lock, Henry to prop, and some 5'8 switching around going on that's not that relevant. They're pretty much waiting to know if Jack Cogger's wife will give birth or not. So it'll be him or Blaze Talungi, but I don't think that really matters for everyone. Teddy, 50-50 to return. That was exactly what Trent Robinson said. I think some point last week he said it was literally 50-50. Ramsey comes in otherwise. In terms of trades or anything, I think for any team, it really just comes down to if there's an injury you need to sort out, you prioritize that. Otherwise, you just hold. I don't think there's any warm body you can sell. And I've been saying that for a while now, but it just gets more and more relevant. Anything to add?
I'm a bit nervous about Teddy, but Farlongo's on the bye, and I got Walshy and Teddy, so I got the reserve on him. I'll keep an eye on that as we approach Thursday night, and if I need to, I've got one extra reserve that I can switch it over to. So
That
not
is
a
a
big
very
deal.
good point. People with three fullbacks. I guess you could just cop not having a score drop out. But if you're not wanting to go down that route, trades from Teddy. I don't think he's too expensive at the moment, so it probably limits your options unless you have him in flex and you could bring in a. I'm guessing he's probably like 680k, something like that, maybe a touch over 700. Trade ins. It's probably just an opportunity to go for a massive pod. Um,
681. What a guess, mate.
wow, I'm tapped in. Um, 681. Yeah, that's an
I
awkward
I don't
price.
think you trade, or you just wait. You just if you don't, yeah. I don't know. You can't trade, surely.
If it was
Like, who are
me,
you
I'd
trading
probably
to?
just hold him regardless. Yeah.
Yeah.
Manly Finns. No turbo back. I'm fucking so done with this season. Oh, it's pain. But as I was saying to you earlier, at least we get Clayton back. So we do have this could be the Fosball revival. I'm still clinging on to any little bit of hope I can. But yeah, we just weren't the same since we lost Clayton and didn't have Turbo either. So hopefully that can be the little kick up the ass we need. But we do lose Paseka, and we've been pretty thin on the forwards all year, so who knows what could happen. For the Finns, Ray Stone is back, Avarillo onto the bench, so not that relevant, but I am keen to see Avarillo play because he was electric at the start of the year.
Tips. We've got tips.
Oh my god, yeah. Wouldn't be a wooden spoon video if we didn't. Um,
Panthers. Panthers beat
yes.
Roosters.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think these first two games actually are kind of VC relevant. I think Panthers are going to come out with a point to prove. Roosters are hot. Panthers haven't been really. And I think they're really going to want to come out and be like, no, we're still the top dogs. Like, yeah, Roosters put 80 on this shitter of a team, but, we're here for the comp. And they're going to want everyone to know that. So obviously, Cleary is going to be a very, or is the second most VC'd option. And number one is actually Herbie.
Yep.
And we were discussing this just before we start. Excuse me. I'm
So
not the biggest fan.
surely the Dolphins, they have to bounce back after getting beaten by Manly big time earlier in the year, start of Fosball. They have to bounce back, really. It is a bit of a tough one. Like, I considered somebody else, like a Duncan or something instead for a VC, or even maybe like a Teddy. But I think I just have to go with Herbie just because of the percentage that of players that are going with him as the VC option. If he does go big and the Dolphins, bounce back against the Sea Eagles, then yeah, I don't want to miss out on those points. So
Yep.
I am sticking with the Herbie VC, and I personally am going to tip the Finns to get it done as well.
Yeah, look, I can't with confidence tip Manly, but I'm going to. Um, I do think we could get it done. We've pumped the Dolphins so many times, but it's not the same Dolphins team, and it's also not the same Manly team. Granted, the times we've put 50 on them several times, and it hasn't really been when we've been in amazing form either. So, is there just like a bit of bogey team going on there. We do get Clayton back, so that could really spark our attack, which we've been lacking. Genuinely a tough one for me to tip, but just based on ladder positions, you'd go with Finns, but then it's at 4 pints, so Manly 1 to 12 for me.
4 points doesn't mean anything this year.
You're not wrong. It did for a little while there, but oh
Yeah.
god. Looking on to next year. Dogs v Bunnies. Satilli. I mentioned him last week that I was keeping an eye on him, and I nearly went him as a pod for head-to-heads. Glad I didn't, because Hammy re-injured, which is a big shame, because another guy who was just carving it up earlier in the year. For the Bunnies,
I think
Campbell Graham's back, and Sullivan in for Ashton Ward, so not a whole
yeah.
lot going on there.
I think Dallas Duncan is a genuine VC option this week. But having a look at the bowler projections instead of the SuperCoach projections, they are a bit lower than what SuperCoach is suggesting, and I would probably trust the bowler projections a bit more. So that's another reason why I just switched off from Herbie. I mean, switched off from Duncan onto Herbie. But anybody who's looking to take a flyer on their VC option, I think Dallas Duncan's a great shout. And even if Latrell Mitchell comes into the team, like Duncan will just play second row. So yeah, I actually think it's a pretty good option. I'm not going to do it just because I'm a bit nervous of missing out on Herbie's score. But if you are happy to roll the dice, I seriously think that Duncan is a good VC option this week.
Even a few weeks ago, I'd even go for Duncan over Cleary in this matchup, but now we've got the Dogs and the Bunnies both gunning to solidify their top 8 spot. I'd be very surprised if either team runs away with this. I think it'll be close. They both know how important this game is. But in saying that, Duncan just has been so good and manages to get it done in low scoring games, tough matchups. He just keeps doing it. So don't mind
For
it at
some
all.
reason, I have a feeling that despite the odds, the Bunnies are going to get this one done. So yeah, I'm going
Yeah,
to tip the Bunnies.
I think that too. Um,
Yeah, nice.
the
Big game for Duncan.
Bulldogs, they've been all right, but like they've been better, but they haven't been better for that long. And
Yeah.
the Bunnies can just turn it on. Sharks v Raiders. So Fanua Blake suspended. Kaufusi into the starting side. Kale Iro back due for a Hattie because I sold him. Sasungi rested, which is weird. I thought he re-injured himself.
His his shoulder is cooked. He can't tackle with his bad shoulder.
Right.
So they and he still scored a ton.
Yeah,
I
freak.
think they intend on resting him for the rest of the season, except for Big Papa's game 300 or something, in which Sasangi absolutely loves him and wants to play. So he's just going to play through it.
Oh god.
What that's super risky. Like he could end up coming off injured. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard guys say that they'll still captain him that week, or maybe they won't. But to definitely play, I'd be too nervous. I'd be sitting him if I had him in my team and I couldn't trade him out because I was out of trades and he's getting rested for an injury, and then he comes into play 1 week just for the big occasion. I feel like I wouldn't trust that. I'd sit him. So yeah, like it's a bit of a hard one because he's one of my favorites, but I actually am not going to bring him in. I was thinking, oh, I'm going to trade in Sasangi this week, but no, shoulder, no, no thanks. Personally, I'd trade him out if you can.
I obviously I'm not wishing injury on any player, but an ideal scenario for me here would be he starts the game, he scores 5, and then he just decides like, okay, nah, like I'm gonna blow my shoulder out here, and then he's gonna tank in price and be a good buy for us early next year. Because I want him in my team next year for sure. He is a
Yeah,
freak.
yeah, he's great.
So
Um,
good.
yeah, the Sharks. I think the Sharks bounce back, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, absolutely. I haven't watched them closely enough to know how big of a loss AFB is for them. Uh, but yeah, Raiders are like out of finals contention now. They're probably heading towards Bali. Not quite there yet. I think they might still be mathematical or whatever, but their season's done.
Sasangi's their best player,
Yeah,
and Horsburgh is a weapon. Sure, he's got discipline problems, but he's a weapon. So I think they'll miss both of those guys. To be honest, I
yeah.
don't think the Sharks will get it done.
And still no Huddy as well. So like, other than KO
Yeah,
Weeks and Strange, like where do the points come from?
yeah.
Yeah, I think this could get dirty, especially it being a Sharks home game. Eels v Cows. I completely missed this one. Iongi's season over with an MCL and PCL. That sucks. Twiddle comes in and has a cool name. only thing relevant there. He did have a massive score earlier in the week. We were joking before we pressed record that we could bring him in for a cash rise in round 26. Yeah, cool guy. I think he's off to the Bears actually. So maybe
Um,
maybe he could be a guy next year.
yeah, Cowboys for sure
Yeah.
beat the Eels. Yep. Just
Yeah, they
actually,
do.
I actually considered Purdue as well, by the way. He's actually been in quite good form again. And I was looking for somebody as a bit of a pod play, trading out to Murray Martin. And I seriously considered Purdue. Really good individual try last week. He's actually been looking pretty good. But yeah, I couldn't bring myself to do it. Anybody again looking to take like a proper flyer, like if you're really trying to make a pod play, you could do something like that. If TMM is in your 5/8 position, remember that Purdue has that duel there, so I mean
Yeah,
it could
true.
be an option. The Dragons have, I mean the Cowboys have a pretty good draw, so yeah. But personally, I probably wouldn't go near either of those teams otherwise.
Yep. And not really super coach relevant. Hopefully people aren't still hanging on to him, but Marnie's back in for Sonny Luke. That's real good for the Cows attack, I think. So
Yep.
yeah, I think it could even be a pumping, to be honest. Speaking of pods, I quite like that one. After last week, what he did against Penrith, he is going to be riding that high. Um, I don't know how many people would be bringing him in. He does have injury risk, but with how long he's been on the sidelines struggling to get into this team, like this is his time to shine. And I think he could go crazy. When Tamari Martin was initially an option, um, Tanner Boyd beforehand was going huge. So it just seems like whoever takes that position does well. And I think, given the opportunity, I think Metcalf can be a better player than Tamari Martin. So maybe he could be going huge for the rest of the year to kick off their final series.
Anybody fading Cleary like me and playing TMM as their second halfback, you could literally just go TMM for Metcalf. That's an option.
Metcalf
It could,
halfback only?
yeah, he is.
Yeah, okay.
So that's why you can't do it in 5/8. But yeah, I mean, I might look at that later, but just I'm not really that sold on it, to be honest. But I think at this stage I'm not making any trades. But if I do decide I am going to trade out to Murray Martin, it's going to be to either a Metcalf or Fletcher Sharp potentially, maybe Adam Dewey. But I just don't really trust playing Adam Dewey. Like I'm probably not going to
Mm.
play any of these guys this week except for Metcalf. So he probably would be the front runner for me. But that's if you've got him in the 7 spot, which is basically nobody because everybody has Cleary. I'm the weird one that doesn't have Cleary. So
Maybe if it comes down to it and you have him in flex, you could go Teddy to Metcalf in flex. That could be a nice little trade. Whether you'd
yeah,
want
that's
to
good.
run the rest of the year without Teddy though, I don't mind it. I actually
Well,
really
yeah,
like
I
that.
mean he's been a bit off and on. That's a good idea. Like if Teddy doesn't get named, I might actually do that. Yep, good idea.
Beautiful.
Cool.
Uh, Sorry, Broncos get pumped.
Broncos. Oh, nah, I'm gonna tip the Bronx to get it done.
Or did the Wars play their grand final last week? I
No,
don't
they
think that
just
really
it's
comes
just
into it.
unfair that they can do the haka and then go out and play. Like that's what is this?
Yeah,
Like,
that is true.
come on, man. Everyone gets so hyped up from that. Yeah. Anyway, no,
Well, with
I got
Reynolds,
to bank on my boys. I got to bank on the boys to get it done. I've still got Walshy in my team, and hopefully he goes huge for me. So, yeah,
with
Broncos.
Reynolds out as well, Walsh will step up. He should get his hands on the ball more. Like I don't know, he must have like shat in Reynolds cornflakes because he just would not pass him the ball a few weeks ago. It was bizarre.
Well, I think Billy Walters as well will be better for his run last week and probably get a few more minutes as well. So, yeah, I'm definitely hopeful that the Broncos can get this one done. It would be really good because they've had a crappy year. If they could come out and finish strong with beating a team like the Wars, it would be great.
I'm gonna downgrade my Waz pumping to a Waz potentially even 1 to 12 because
Huh.
the Broncos still have like some shit to prove.
Yeah, to be honest, if the Broncos win, it's probably going to be close.
Yeah, yeah,
They can't seem to defend very well at the moment. They were up 28-0 and they lost. So what does that say?
yeah.
Yeah,
God.
they might have checked out. All right. Knights versus Titans.
Yes, Bradman Best is back, which is good for Greg Marzoo. Always has been historically. Kalen Ponga in the side. He's been underwhelming for me ever since he double tonned.
Yeah.
So hopefully, I mean, this is the matchup for it to happen. The Titans were looking decent there for a while, but they've fallen off a cliff again. Their halves have been jumbled around again with Ilias in at seven, sorry, and Brimo to center. Uh, yeah, I think this could be a pumping.
Yeah, definitely want to make sure you start Marzu this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
and
then,
I will. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to tip against my boys here and say the Knights get it done.
yeah, it was nice seeing the Titans win there for what, 2 weeks? Then we got the poo slinger of all poo slingers, Tigers versus Dragons. Honestly, could be a bit of a defense optional game, and maybe we do see some rather large Supercoach scores. So we've got Solomon Salkuru in for Makasini, which is nice for me. One less AE to worry about. Cook in for Little and Toby Couchman back, which I know some people would have missed him in their teams last week. Outside of that, not a whole lot to talk about.
Not gonna
You,
lie, I considered to put the captain on Holmes, like as a proper flyer pod play that no one is going to have on a Saturday. I mean, on a Sunday afternoon. Tigers versus Dragons. The Dragons look good. Holmes is the man. He does the kicking. He's projected 111 points. Like, I thought about it,
yep,
but it's just a little bit too risky. I got enough pod plays going on, so I
I'd
think I'm
love
just
it
gonna. At
if
least
this
I
was a
have Holmes
Thursday
in my
game and you
team.
put a VC on him. 100%.
VC, I would. I probably
Yeah,
would. Yeah, but I can't. I can't do the captain on him.
yeah,
So although it would enable me to VC somebody like a Hines, but no. At this point, I'm just stoked that I still have Holmes and he's pumping out big scores for me, and
yep.
hopefully he tons up again this week.
Yep, which he likes to do against the Tigers. I'm pretty sure he's scored a double in the last 2 times he's played him, and that's why his projected is so ridiculous. Is there anyone else to talk about in this side? Dewey, nah. If you're looking at trading in a
He's
Dewey, just go on Metcalf instead. I reckon.
he's a pod play, but yeah, I probably would. I probably would rather Metcalf
Yeah,
actually. Yeah,
I'm actually
it's
kind
just
of
a bit of a
annoyed.
risk that TMM comes back when he's good. Like they've got
Yeah.
him pegged to come back for round 26. Like I just don't know if they rush him back with a hammy. And then
Mm,
if they do, like Metcalf's great. If Metcalf comes out and plays really well this week and next week, then they have to do what they've done all season and stick with the guy that's winning games for them. Like so yeah, I mean, geez, they've done some good things considering their halfback situation this year.
yeah.
It's a
Wow.
third string it feels like, and he's flying. So yeah, but I did think about Dewey, but I just don't love it. So, and I wasn't going to play him if I brought him in. So yeah,
Yeah. It's that is the definition of a luxury trade if you're bringing in
that's
any
and
Tigers
it's
player really.
specifically yeah, and it's specifically for people running the three halfback strategies with Tamari Martin. Then maybe you could switch him out for a Dewey. But if you were running that, you probably just go, oh well, and you switch him out for a gun fullback or just whoever catches your eye this week that you think is good, or whoever is going to make a difference for you in your head to head or something.
To circle back to Metcalf, it's not really super significant. But I remember having him last year, maybe the year before even. He does have good ceiling, really bad floor. So he goes big or
Yeah.
he goes terrible. Not the same New Zealand side though. So I think his floor will be raised. Also, just the um, scenario around him winning the spot back. Pretty much what I'm saying is proceed with caution. I think he could get a low score. I'm kind of annoyed that I went aggressive and traded Tamari Martin to Sam Walker last week. If I didn't do that, I'd 100% be getting him this week.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Yeah.
yeah, frustrating.
Dragons get it done.
Oh, I don't know. Couchman's back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think you're right. Like, how can you tip the Tigers against anyone? Like the
Yeah.
Dragons
And the
is
Dragons,
one team I would tip them against, but I can't even do that.
they're pumped, bro. They just beat the Sharks. They're fired up. They believe.
Yeah, fair enough.
All right.
So
Are
that's
we looking
all
at
for
our stuff,
TLT
or are
stuff.
we looking at the league?
Yes, I'll pull the league up here. We'll quickly just go through this stuff while I'm here.
So while you're looking at that, I will just oh wait, you're going to bring the league up, or are you bringing up our stuff?
I'm kind of doing
Our
both at
trades and
once. I'm trying to
teams.
get it
Trying
ready
to do
to
it
go in
both
the
at once.
background.
Right. Well, spoiler alert. Here's our trades for the week. We're both doing nothing.
Yep.
um, but what I will remind everybody is that prize pool is going to get divided between first, second, and third. So we're one of the only leagues that's actually doing that. I forget exactly what the percentage was, but I'm pretty sure it's something like 50 and then 30, then 20%. So first place at this point is already getting over $500. Second place will be about 300, and third place will be about 200. And at this point, we have Heinz Beans, Nick,
Yes, I'll
in
flip back
first
over to it.
place overall, currently 15th overall, actually. So you can
Wow,
see Jake
he's flying.
moving his, yeah, killing it. So absolutely killing it. 15th overall, but winning the Wooden Spoon slash Flat Out Footy League this year. So,
That's all that
yeah,
matters.
it's looking good. And look at that gap. He's got a 300-point gap on second place, the Cunning Stunts. So
Great name.
it does, yeah, great name. Does look like Nick, coach of the Heinz Beans, could be up for that minimum $500 first place prize there. But Jack, coach of the Cunning Stunts, in a really good spot to try and take on that second place prize. And then it is pretty close behind him though. So we got Aussie Broncos there, coached by Steven, and only 22 points behind. And then 23 points behind him. We got Billy Burns, My Trades, coached by Andrew, very close there as well. Another 20 or so points, Broncos Dynasty, coached by Ty. So, look, there's a few guys there that are very close to potentially getting a chunk of that prize money. So, yeah, definitely don't go to sleep on what you're doing this in the last few weeks if we called out your name, because yeah, really you could be in for a couple of $100 or more. So definitely keep paying attention to that. All those guys are basically top 200 or 250 as
And
well,
look how
overall.
close it
So
is, like down here as well. Like it's, a handful of points. So it
yeah.
could really shake up. It's going to take a slight miracle to catch Nick up the top here, but
Oh, nobody's
anything
catching
can
Nick, I
happen.
don't think. He's
Yeah,
300 points ahead. And I'm looking at his team right now. It's looking pretty good, to be honest.
it's
It's
stacked.
yeah, it's looking really good.
I'm just going to
So,
move the crop over here. It is what it is.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
Great
wow.
team, Nick. Heinz Beans looking great, 15th overall, mate. I hope you get up there and win the whole thing. That would be awesome.
He's
That
got,
would be great. Let us know how you go and what you're up to. Actually, don't reveal your trades,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Just let us know that you're here and you're watching in the comments. If we called out your name or anyone in the top 10 there, let us know that what you're hoping for, and if you reckon you can get into that top 3 and win some money.
He's got Fletcher Sharp and Tamari Martin still in the bank. So, God, hopefully, I mean, the only chance people have of catching him is if he's run out of trades. That's pretty much it.
Yep. Yep. All
Back
right.
over to what the just amazing stuff that we're up to.
Yep, 0 trades. I will say I'm only holding my trades, and the only reason I haven't traded out Tamari Martin is because I'm not too sure what's happening with like Teddy, or if another injury comes up next week. Like Tamari Martin, it's 600 grand that I don't really want sitting there, but I can't afford to upgrade to Cleary. Not that I would anyway, because he's probably going to get rested. The other guys, I don't love it. Like I don't love Fletcher Sharp. Don't love um, Metcalf. I don't love Dewey. So I just don't really know if it's worth doing anything right now. So probably just going to save it in case of injuries in the next few weeks. So that's why I'm not doing anything. Plus, there's always a chance tomorrow Martin comes back. So
Yeah, yeah, and he has been really good, so it wouldn't be surprising.
yeah,
For me, my only potential trade this week will be nothing out Tulty if I decide to loop Cleary and I don't want to cop him as an AE.
yeah,
That's pretty much it. I'd rather not do that because I could also
bring up the team
maybe
break.
next week. Yeah,
This
true.
doesn't show anybody anything.
Yeah, God, I'm flying today. My other option is nothing out Harry Grant and giving myself 500k to do something wild.
Well,
I
Harry
don't know
Grant's
what
supposed to be
that'd
back
be.
next week. He's supposed to be
Yeah,
back next week, bro. And Pasco's minutes are like, you don't know,
yeah, he doesn't look great there, does
I
he?
don't know.
I
I
haven't put
don't
too
love
much
that.
thought into this.
Why are
I'm a
you
little
trading
bit
at
checked
hooker?
out.
What are you saying, bro?
No,
It's
it would
insane.
be nothing the hooker, so I could do something
How many nuts do you
in a
want?
valuable position. All of them.
You're gonna have 18 players?
Yeah.
You're gonna be stuck with 18 guys, that's it. That's
I
all I got,
think
0 depth.
I think I'd have 19 so I could afford whoever's on the buy. But like it was always the plan just to go hell aggressive. Uh you are right though. It's crazy. But
God, that's crazy.
I
I
was
mean,
under
you
the
beat him
impression
me,
that he'd
but
just be
so
out
what?
for the year. So,
No, I think they're trying to bring him back in next week, actually. So,
okay,
yeah,
cool. I'm happy
I
with that. Well,
probably
then
wouldn't
maybe I
trade
knock
out
out
Harry.
Pasco.
Just next week, maybe do it next week if you need money, and Harry's back. I don't know. Yeah, it's a weird one. I
Yeah.
wouldn't be great to hooker, bro. What are you doing? Like it's
I'm
dud
I'm I'm in
spot.
Bali.
Snuff them both out and just run at AE every week. Like,
Oh god.
seriously.
Bring Latrell
Uh,
in for round 26 or something like, oh
something
god.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
doubt that'll
well,
happen.
no, in fairness though, like my team's looking pretty good. Pretty happy with all my guys here. Yeah, Tamari Martin, yeah, I just won't play him this week. And I honestly struggled a little bit with sit versus start because I kind of want to play Nicarima as my, lowest ownership player. And he was so close to a try last week. And if he does well, that's a chance for me to catch up on some people because nobody else owns him. But the good news is, if I do execute a VC loop, I will automatically get Nicarima's score. So hopefully he does go big, and I end up looping Herbie, which will activate Nicarima as my AE. So yeah. And on the other side of that, if Herbie does go big, but Nicarima has a quiet game or gets injured or something, I'll be able to um, see that and consider it before I actually do the loop. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. But hopefully Nicarima ends up actually contributing to my score this week with a big score from Herbie.
Have you considered swapping him in for Campbell and potentially having Campbell as your AE instead? Because I don't know how much attack the Titans are going to get this week.
Well, I don't like that because that locks him in. That means
Yeah,
boom,
okay.
Nicarima's in my squad. Whereas if he's on the bench and he's not reserved, then I've got the choice after the fact, after he's played. I can see what his score is. So I quite like that option of knowing what
I
my
see what you're
AE is
saying.
going
I
to
see what you're
be
saying.
when I'm doing my loop. Yeah. So that way, if he scores poorly, I can not do the VC loop, and I'll know that I've dodged that poor score. And if he scores well, I can do the loop, and I can know exactly what I'm getting from my AE because he's my only guy. So
Yep. And over my side, nothing exciting. Just doing what I planned on doing with the 3 halfback route. So VC Cleary, Captain Hines, and getting rid of
mhm.
Tulty if Cleary does go massive, which I think decent chance.
so I'm looking at this right now, and I'm seeing my way to catch you 260 odd points. Val Holmes tons up for me this week. Let's go. And then Reese Walsh outscores Drinkwater. Let's go. And I should be halfway towards catching you.
Oh, I need to compare up here again. What are we? I think,
I'm winning up here too, bro. What do you got? You got Taffany.
yeah, he needs to go. But yeah, Willison's good. Both
Willison's
got
knee held up last
Fanefuriaki.
week, man. I was gonna say, I mean, I didn't get a chance, but I was gonna say I probably would rest Willison last week because I
Mm.
was a bit suspicious that cut would open up on his knee and he would end up going off. But he was a beast. He scored 77 points and I didn't play him. I was spewed. I actually left points. Like I played Nicarima last week for 24 instead of Willison 77. So could have scored an extra 50 points last week and caught up a bit more just from that. But it is what
You
it is.
having Brayley also scares me,
Yep.
but I've got Olakwatu and Sam Walker. Oh, you've got Mulatalo as well. Yeah, look,
Yeah,
there's no denying that your team is better than mine, but my team was fucking better than Blake's, and he pumped me last week. So
yeah, you never know, bro. You
yeah,
absolutely never know. So yeah, well said.
yeah, God,
By the
it's
way, just so everyone knows, my position in the Wooden Spoon League right now, it's 333 overall out of 550. So I'm in the bottom half of the league. I'm up the top of the bottom half, but still, I'm in the bottom half. Don't feel great about
272 for me, so I am 3 spots above halfway.
it. Yeah,
Feels great. At least
good
there's
to
other
know
people
that.
in there that know what they're doing and probably don't
Yeah.
take my advice every week. Yeah, God.
Also, 2 years of Supercoach, I've never owned Nathan Cleary once, so I guess next year might be the year for me. Hey.
Yeah, and we might have to swallow our pride on Latrell Mitchell as well if he's fit. because that
Yeah,
was
maybe.
painful.
I mean, we were kind of right. We said that he wouldn't like, he'd have big weeks and he'd have down weeks. We just didn't realize he was going to score like 8 huge weeks in a row and then not score again for the rest of the year.
Yep. And those
Law of
8 weeks
averages.
being, like,
Yeah.
the most significant weeks, like, even more so than Jenkins when he went on his run, like, who
Yeah,
I
man. You
also
could,
missed. I love this
yeah.
game.
Yeah, you can literally see in my season overall, if you look at the graph, you can see the weeks where Latrell went big, and I'm just like, "Woo," down the bottom. I just
Yep.
don't have him, and it's like that's where everybody got ahead of me. Yeah,
Yeah, lesson kind of learned, but I'm sure I'll find a way to
kind of
make that
learned.
mistake next year.
Yeah, next year I'm not going to be so biased against guys. I'm just going to be all business all season.
Yeah, God. Alrighty, I think we can leave it there. Don't forget, leave your bets down in the comments. Chuck a like on the video if you wanna. And best of luck in round 24. We'll catch you next week. See you later.